everybody, and welcome to the first video here of Ultimate Case Study. And we're going to be talking a little bit today in this video about what's going to happen over the next few months and what the idea behind all of this is and why we're doing it, and kind of showing you exactly behind the scenes, of what's going to happen and how it's going to function going forward. So first things first, we are going to be building out a website and a YouTube channel for a brand called Military Test Prep. That is in the ASVAB space, which is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. It's basically the entrance exam for the military. And I'm going to show you how to build out a blog and a YouTube channel with the eventual goal to build a course for that particular platform so that we can sell that off to someone else in the future, but also in the meantime, make some money with it. And we're going to be doing this what we call in our spare time, not even part-time, it's going to be spare time. So what does that mean? We're going to work outside of a 9-to-5 working hours. We're also going to work outside of a part-time job and use the part-time job to fund this business. So think of it as you're working a full-time job 9-to-5. You also have a part-time job, and part of the money from the part-time job pays for this business. That's the goal and what I'm trying to show and how to build out. So this will not be a 20-hour per week job. It might be 10, might be 5, depending on what we have going on. There will be days I work the entire Saturday, let's say, on the project, but for the most part, and I'll kind of give you a glimpse, which we'll talk about later, but which is basically Monday, Tuesday, and the occasional Saturday, and then Sunday night we're working on the business. But mostly Monday, Tuesday, and Saturdays will be the days that I work on this business. So for you guys, we're building a website, which I'll show you right here. And just so you know, I'll be looking off to the right, which is a monitor here. There's a monitor here and a monitor here. So the camera is obviously here. So just know that I'm looking back and forth. I'm looking at different things here. So I'm gonna do this real quick. So I had different scenes set up. This is a program called OBS. This is a free tool that I have. It's a free video editing, video recording tool. I have a camera, obviously a microphone, and I'll be doing everything here, kind of showing you behind the scenes here. But this is, on camera scene. These are different ways to do stuff. This is the bottom third, and then you'll see this would be no camera at all. I'll be switching back and forth on these on different videos that we have. But let's just for now go ahead and go to me on the lower left here so you can see. And so this is our website, ultimatecasestudy.com. Ultimatecasestudy.com is a domain that we own. It's on a hosting account on Namecheap. Namecheap is just a website that does hosting and domain names. If you're not sure what all that means, don't worry too much about that, but just know that you have to have your domain hosted somewhere. And then this is what's called WordPress. So WordPress is a CMS, or a content management system. This is a standard, this is the basic installation. There's nothing customized on here yet. I have no logos, nothing. It's basically very, very simple. Looking at the back end, you see that there's no pages or posts other than the standard one sample page privacy policy, and then no posts yet, just the basic installation. Over the next few weeks, I'll be building these out. The first official video, this is kind of the first video, but the actual starting the business starts tomorrow for me, which is today is currently January 7th as I record this. The 8th will actually start the business out. And the business is already started per se, but I'll show you how that's not really that relevant because there's not a whole lot already done, but I'll show you. And then what we'll do is on this will be a little more, you'll see the template kind of evolve. You'll see that you have different pages and posts on there. And then I'll also do a ability to subscribe to the newsletter, so that basically once a week, on that Wednesday, I don't know if I said this or not, but every Wednesday I'll put out a video, which is the recap of what happened the previous week. So basically in arrears by 1 week, I'll show you what we did during that week. I'll have it all edited up and cut up. I'll be doing myself. I won't hire someone out for that. Mostly because I'm not making money off this. I just want to show you guys. And then I'll be making money off the business eventually, but this particular portion of it, the ultimate case study, I'm not going to be making money off of. And then I'll show you kind of the. So like I said, on Wednesday, I'll have a video and a blog post put out, and I'll send you an email notification that's ready to go, as a reminder. And that's a free service. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I haven't decided that yet. Probably MailChimp. Which is a service that's free for the first 500 subscribers, and there's not many of you guys watching this, so which is fine. So that'll be good. And then I'll basically build this out. I have some notes on here so you guys can follow along. And then every Wednesday, know that I'll have a blog post that posts and a video out on YouTube that kind of describes what I've worked on the last week at least, and kind of show you some progress on that. On this site, I will also be building what's called a Looker Studio. So Looker is a dashboard per se that Google creates. It used to be called Google Data Studio, and now it's called Looker Studios. And then we'll show you basically a template, and I haven't built it yet, so I can't show you, but on the first video. I will have it for next week, which is basically the analytics of the website and analytics of YouTube, which I'll build out for you guys so you can see. So you'll be able to look at, like, I'll probably do it on a URL like /looker, so you can see, and basically always update yourselves on what the traffic is to the site, how it's going, how it's working, and so you can see it all and go from there. So the idea behind all this is that I want to be transparent as possible with building this out, what effort is being put into, and how the site is progressing over the next year or two. I do have a long-term goal of getting to, you know, a couple $1,000s a month. I would like to get to 10,000 a month. That probably won't happen for at least 2 years, but I definitely think $1,000 a month by mid 2025 is doable. Like I said, right now it's January of 2024. In theory, a good blog can make a couple $1,000 a month within 2 years, and I would argue much more than that. But I don't know that the full monetization of this with this niches, which is niche or whatever you want to call it. If I mentioned it before, we are doing ASVAB. ASVAB is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. It's the entrance exam for the military, essentially. And we're building out a brand called Military Test Prep, which we'll get into that in a little bit, but I just want to kind of show you that we are going to be building out something. This ultimate case study is not the business we're going to be building. This is my showcasing it, or my behind the scenes stuff of the other brand that we're going to be building out. So that'll be on here. You can follow along an Ultimate Case Study on YouTube. That's the URL there. For those of you that are listening, it's just Ultimate Case Study. It's youtube.com/ultimate or /@Ultimate Case Study. Right now we have 2 subscribers, very, very popular. Facebook, you can follow along as well at Facebook under Ultimate. Funny, I made a comment on our Facebook group. Ultimate Case Study on Facebook, also on Twitter. So on Facebook, I'll be doing random posts about what's going on, kind of like a static form of that. Twitter, or X now, I'll be posting constantly what I'm actually doing. So if I am starting to write, so this is kind of like more like real time. So I'll basically say, hey, working on this right now, I'll post it. So if you want to follow on X, you can kind of see what's going on, ask questions, post stuff on there. Instagram will be more stats based, so I'll be showing some stats and stuff that we're doing on the site. So basically, what is, like, hey, here's the traffic from the last week. This week we're up 10%, down 20%, whatever it is. I'll be kind of showing that kind of stuff on there. So obviously very visual. And the brand that we'll be building out is called Military Test Prep. So as you can see, there's already something existing here. I started building this out a little bit last year. I only put a couple posts up. I will log into this later and show you guys some analytics stuff later, but I'll actually show you analytics so you can see it. But basically starting for the ASVAB. This has different guides, which are not built out at all. These are all empty. So you can see this here. These are all empty sites, but this is the same. This is WordPress. This is just like the other site you saw. This is just like Ultimate Case Study. This is how it starts, and then I built it out to look like this. And then so I have a couple blog posts already. So I have what's on the ASVAB, what is an AFQT score, how's it different from the ASVAB, is ASVAB test hard to pass. So these aren't really great posts. I just put them up last year to kind of get something out there. This is meant to be a resource for people who want to study and pass the ASVAB so they can join the military. So that's basically all that. Again, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on right here. I will show you some analytics for it. So right now I've been on the site, so there's no users. Technically it's me. There'll be one if I refresh this page. It shows one. Actually, I'll show you this. So I can refresh this. You'll see now that it says 1. If I refresh this as well. No, I guess it won't because of my things on there already. It makes sense. Okay, anyway, so you'll see on here that I have in the last, this is set to last 28 days, I've had 100 people on the site. 113 sessions come through organic. So the difference would be, there's ways to look at this, but I'm not gonna get into analytics with you guys right now. But basically, organic accounts for the vast majority of the site. There are some direct traffic and then unassigned, which means it didn't really have it, and then organic video. So a video showed up and someone clicked to my site from the video. Pretty cool that even happened. But know that we're right there. So I'll show you like the overview of this so you can see like user acquisition. Again, most of these are coming from organic search. 50% of the people who come to the site are engaged, which is they stay on the site and do something on the site, which is nice. The organic video is kind of cool. I would be interested to look at that more. And then how people are coming. Again, you're looking at organic search, stuff like that. So we have 88 of the users are coming from organic, which is, obviously the vast majority. But again, not a lot of traffic, right? 100 people a month to a site, or 80% or 90% of people, 90 people coming to the site is not a lot. So just know that we're not starting out with like a crazy amount here. Actually, I'm going to show you this as well. So let me put this over here. Put this up. So Search Console. I'll pull this up here. All right, so if you look at the full report here, this just shows like traffic over time. And I'll kind of explain. I built some of these blog posts last year. And you can see over time, I'm getting some, but just having those 3 posts, which are not very optimized, to be fair, they're not great posts. I admit that. I am getting traffic over time, not a lot, not a ton. I'm getting a lot of impressions. So is the ASVAB hard? ARM certification up to battery of the ASVAB. Is the ASVAB test hard? Is basically I'm ranking for the is the ASVAB test hard test, right? I also have a video on that one too, which helps. So I'm getting some clicks from those particular keywords, not a ton. And you can see here, I only have a few pages. These are like the study guides, not a thing. It's not nothing on those, but those are the kind of ones that are ranking. And I'll have to optimize the other ones. And I'll show you those before and after later, but not on this video. But you can kind of see here. And if you want more information about analytics and how this is what's called Search Console works, I'm more than happy to share that with you guys. But for now, just know that I will be showing these, and you'll have a URL you can go to on the site and actually look at these, and it's called in a dashboard called Looker Dashboard. I will be building that out for you guys so you can see it. So there's that. We also have a YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel currently has, I think, 2 videos, one short, one long form video. This long form video only has 31 views, very low click-through rate, 2.6. You want to get around 10-ish if you can, 5%, 10% is good. People are watching about the first 4 minutes, which is actually good for what this video is. It's where the actual information is on this one. A couple comments on this one, whatever. Again, 3 subscribers. We're starting out with 3 subscribers. The goal for the end of the year would be, I don't know, 500. That would be a good goal, I think. And we'll, you know, I mean, in theory, I want to have over 10,000. Let it have 10,000 subscribers one day, but not really the word about it right now. I'm just going to build the content out first. And you'll notice a lot about how I set goals. So a lot of people will say, oh, you should have this kind of. I'm very short-term goal fixated, meaning that like my goal is like through January right now. That's my real goal. I have a long-term goal. Like I want to work towards getting to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to have, you know, a course eventually that people can purchase. I want to sell 1,000 of those courses eventually, that kind of stuff. But really, so like you this first video, it's January 7th right now. The goal is to have 1 blog post and 2 videos up this month for January. Like that's it. That's the goal. That's because that's progress, right? I had 0. I did 2 posts or 3 posts last year, all of last year, not all of last year, but you know, most of last year, and 1 long form, 1 short form video. So the goal is not, oh, I want to do a video every week for the rest of the year. That's 52 videos a year. That is not realistic. What's realistic is I know I can focus on the next 2 weeks, putting up 2 videos and 1 blog post in the next 2 weeks. That I know I can do. And then I gotta see how. So here's the thing, right? Let's say I only put up 1 video and half a blog post. So maybe the goal is 1 blog post a month and then 1 video a month, whatever it needs to be, right? So we don't set goals with no information. We don't have information of how many hours I'm able to work on this business. If I'm only able to work 10 hours, I can't realistically have a video up every week, because for every minute you basically have, it's like an hour of editing. It's like no joke. It can be a lot of work to do one minute of video can be an hour of editing and recording. So a 10-minute video could be 10 hours of as I say 4, I meant 1 hour. So 1 hour per minute. So if you have a 10-minute video, it's 10 hours of video of editing and recording to make that happen. So you know, it's a lot of work to get those 10-minute videos up. So if I don't have enough time for that, I don't want to set a goal of like 1 video a week right now when I don't even know that's realistic. Now, if I was working on this full time, if I did have a part-time job, I was working on this after my 9-to-5 job, then absolutely I would commit to 1 video a week, even as imperfect as it would be. You gotta remember too, like I don't have a lot of editing skills. I don't know how to edit videos. I've done it through YouTube. And one thing I will be showing you is what videos I use to watch to make video edits. You'll be seeing all that. These videos for Ultimate Case Study are gonna be very simple. You're gonna see some jump cuts, very simple, cutting out the ums, the ahs, the pauses. But for the most part, there's not gonna be a whole lot of editing in these videos because it's not really meant to make money, right? This is meant to show you guys what to do. But for military test prep, I have a lot of editing. If you go watch this video here, this video on is ASVAB hard, I guarantee you'll see a lot of editing techniques. It took me probably 15 hours. It took me a long time to, I mean, it took me, it felt like a month to edit that video. I just don't have the skill set, right? But how do you get this skill set? You can either buy a course and learn some stuff, which is good, but the best way is always to implement and do things. So I keep it simple per se, but I still don't know how to do a lot of things. I'm not very efficient with my editing. I don't know how to do it very well, but I'll be learning that in this process as well. So one thing I can do is build a website pretty fast. I will be building out websites pretty fast, but as you can see, military test prep is already built out, and these blog posts are very simple. And you can see here, the blog is like just, you know, a couple blog posts, and you can see here this what's on the ASVAB. So I have basically these different sections here, and you can see it's a pretty long post. I have different things written out of what each section is. I will be making a video on this eventually, but not now because I'm not really ready for that yet. My next video is probably going to be AFQT versus ASVAB. Again, don't worry about what that means just yet, but basically this is a very, very long post. This will take time to eventually rank, but it's not there yet. Okay, that being said, we're there. You already have it there. So also, military test prep has a Facebook page, so militarytestprep.com. Oh, one thing I do recommend. I don't mind you watching the videos pretty much. Those aren't that big of a deal, but I would highly request, I guess you should say, is kind of avoid visiting these assets for a military test prep. Let me show you what's happening. Only because I don't want to skew the numbers, right? If let's say 100 of you are watching this video, which you won't be, I know there's like 5 of you, but if 100 of you watch this video and then you watch the military test prep video, that's 100 views that aren't real. Like, I want to build actual people out there, so you wouldn't have this. I'm being transparent of what I'm showing you, but if you go to the website, if you go to the YouTube channel, if you do all that stuff, it's just skewing the numbers, right? So I want it to be realistic for you and how you handle things. So my light just went off in the background, because my light died. Doesn't matter. So I want to encourage you not to follow along or subscribe to anything on there, because I want people who are actually benefiting from it to do that. So now, ultimate case study, feel free. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Go to the website, sign up once it's ready. Go to Facebook, subscribe. That kind of stuff, totally fine. But for military test prep, I would highly encourage you not to subscribe or not to go to those on a regular basis, only because I don't want to skew the numbers, so you can actually know that the information you're getting is realistic and for you to accomplish as well. So let's take a step back real quick. Let me get out of these screens and let's talk a little bit about, so I went through all of these real quick. Again, I'm gonna be on Twitter and on Instagram with those as well. I gotta build those out. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about why ASVAB next is what I have in my notes here. I'm actually gonna get off this screen here since it's there. So I am slouching again. I did it a lot. So what's the plan here is in my next section, and I'll talk about some of the costs and stuff I have on here. All right, so why ASVAB? So I was in the military. I was in the Navy. I have some experience with taking tests. I'm very good at taking tests. I understand how tests are written and why they are what they are. So I have a very good way of helping people pass tests. I'm very good at that, I think. So I want to do that as part of it. 2, a little giving back to the military community, always great. But also too, like, there's a need, right? So roughly about 900,000 people take the ASVAB every year. So the market exists, right? So there's a market. Let's just say it's half that. So 500,000 people. I know it's half is 450, but 500,000 people take the test. Now, obviously, entrance into the military is declining over time, which is okay. I don't mind that so much. I don't mind having this be a short-term problem, right? If this business lasts for 3 years and I sell it, I don't care. That's totally fine. That's part of the plan anyway. And just so you guys understand multiples. So for the most part, a website will sell for roughly 30 to 35, depending on how the revenue comes from, its value per month. So what does that mean? If you're making $1,000 net per month, that means after expenses and everything. If you're making $1,000 a month, that site is worth $35,000. That's at 35 times. We call it 35 times a multiple. That's roughly what it goes for. It's about 3 years of revenue. That's kind of how that works. So you're giving up. So if I build this business over, say, 3 years, it gets $10,000 a month in net revenue. I can sell that site for $360,000 plus earn the $10,000 per month or whatever number it was until that number. You need to average that for over time. And this whole thing is documenting all that, so you'll be able to see it. But that's really kind of what it boils down to. So not only can you make money during it, but you can also sell it for a profit. And then in a perfect world, you would use that money to, instead of building out from scratch, buy other sites that are already developing. So instead of buying a $10,000 per month site, buy a $1,000 a month or two site, so that you can build up to 10,000 and sell it again. You can see, basically, instead of doing real estate, you're doing internet real estate. That's kind of like the idea behind this whole case study we're doing in the first place. I don't know the multiples for YouTube. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure if that's even a thing. I know for sure you can sell a YouTube channel, but I don't know exactly how that works as far as monetization, what the multiples are there. But I would like to if I get to 10,000 subs, my assumption is that by making 1,000 or so, and it depends on page views, on video views and the CPM, which we will not get into this video. But basically, I don't know how that monetizes. I don't know how that monetization works with the personas that we're going after on the military test prep. I'm not sure how that works. So for the website, we'll be doing a couple things. I'll have ad placements on the site eventually. Not now. It won't be until we have at least 1,000 or so people a month going to the site. I won't place ads yet. And then after that, I'll eventually have a course, which probably won't start until 2025. I'll probably have a course at the end of the year. I'll start working on a course. The most important part right now is to build the brand of military test prep, and I'll explain that a little bit more in the first video when I go through like keyword research, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I decided to do military test prep to show people how to pass the ASVAB. Again, the volume of people who are doing it is good. I think the resources are very, very good in that space, but they're not really well promoted, I'll say. There are like a lot of companies that sell books and courses for it, but not a lot of people answering simple questions. So, and we'll talk about that, what that means later on. For the YouTube channel, so the monetization for the site would be ads and eventually the course. That's the real ultimate goal, is to sell a course and then sell that course off. The YouTube channel will have ad revenue from videos that are being viewed, but also promotion to the course, and then also product placement. So what does that mean? If someone's joining the military and they want to pass their physical for that, I'm not teaching that, but there's someone who will have a course for that. I might promote their course on that. So I'll do what's called affiliate marketing. Could also be sponsored videos and content placement as well. But yeah, that's down the road. We gotta get people to the brand first, which we're not there yet. Military test prep has social media, which we won't talk about so much here. So let's talk a little bit about expenses so far. I will go back to this version. So I currently am using ChatGPT. I pay for the pro or the premium version. I don't know what it's called, but it's the ChatGPT 4. 3.5 is the free version. I have the 4 version. I think it's like $20 a month. I pay for that. I have something called Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound is for background music for videos. It's royalty free. That's $120 for the year. It's already been prepaid. I use that for all my businesses, all my stuff that I have going on, but I'm counting in this. So if you wanted to do a background audio, you can do that as well. I think it's like $10 a month otherwise, but I paid for the full year. I don't remember what I actually paid, to be fair, but I think it's $120 a year. I could look at my stuff, but no, whatever. I also have Adobe Creative Cloud, which is my Premiere Pro, which is the video editing software, and Photoshop all into one. It's like $55 a month. I think it's going up in price, but right now it's $55 a month. I do pay for that monthly, so that's on there. Also, I have Canva. Oh, sorry, I should be showing this up. Canva is basically, you can see here the Ultimate Case Study logos I did on here. It's something for Skinny Dip, one of the bands that I know. For those of you who know Sean, his band. He's not using this logo, I just built one out for him. Anyway, so there's that, and then the different things in here. It basically helps me do with thumbnails, that kind of stuff. Actually, I don't know if the thumbnail that I have is in here or not. Yeah, so this is the thumbnail you saw earlier on the video from this one. This thumbnail is done in Canva. So I did this here. I did this in Canva. So look, there. That's okay. I don't mind. Maybe that's why the video doesn't have any views, right? So there's that, and then I do have a hosting account. So again, the website has to be hosted somewhere. And I have a hosting account that has multiple domains. I own a couple thousand domains. But the hosting that I have has multiple domains on that shared hosting. That's like $70 for the year. for that. I'll eventually be getting a tool called vidIQ, which I don't currently have. I'll be getting this coaching version so we can talk about stuff. I won't be showing the coaching calls only because I don't think that's fair to do that. But so $240 a year for that, which is weird. This is like the boost it's cheaper to have coaching than not that. I don't know why that works that way, but anyway, I'll be eventually getting this, but not until we have more subscribers and get everything kind of built out. vidIQ helps you, has a little more metrics inside of YouTube, so you can see more stuff. There's that. So let's talk a little bit about the process of what things come out. I talked before about this, but I want to kind of like reiterate it. So like tonight is Sunday. It's January 7th. I'll be shooting video on Sundays for what happened during the week since the last video came out. So basically Monday through Saturday, I'll on Sunday after I go to work, I'll make a video and say, here's what I worked on this week. And then Monday night, I'll edit that video down, this one down to like, kind of make it simpler and less, long. And then I'll show you like what I did during the week for military test prep, showing different things that are happening on. And then I'll also write a blog post with that. So the video will just kind of show you what's happening on whatever. The blog post will be a little more deep dive. The blog post will show like videos that I watched. Let's say I'm doing a new video editing technique for a video. Here's the video I used for this edit. Boom, here's a link to the URL. Here's this song that I use on Epidemic Sound. Boom, here's this URL. Here's the Google Doc that I made for this particular blog post. Boom, here's a link to that. That'll be more in depth. I'll show you on the YouTube video, but I'll go in depth on the actual blog post. I'll be writing that out Sunday as well. So Sunday after work, I'll be writing the post and then making a video. So in theory, I really won't be working Sunday at all on military test prep. I'll just be working on this portion of this ultimate case study so that you guys can follow along. And then I'll edit those and get everything ready by Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll post it every Wednesday. So every Wednesday in the morning, probably 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure exactly what time yet. I will post, I'll just make it now, 10 o'clock in the morning every Wednesday. I will post the video, and the blog post will be released at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so you guys can follow along. The idea behind that is that it gives me time to like make sure everything is good, because I'm edited in. I'll be able to show you expenses. I don't currently have any software. I've always had an accountant and also a CFO, so I don't have like any kind of knowledge about how the books work for a business, because I've always had someone do it for me, and I just said, here's what I bought, put it in, and they say, hey, you gotta buy this now to do whatever. So I will be eventually getting, I'm gonna incorporate this business, I think. Not this, but Military Test Prep is owned by Aged Holdings, which is my holding company. So I might do a actual company for military test prep, so I can sell that off eventually, and then I'll do books just for military test prep. So I gotta figure out, I gotta ask my accountant how that would work with like things that are shared, like shared services. So shared services meaning like Epidemic Sound is used by multiple channels, ChatGPT is used by multiple channels or multiple parts of the business. So gotta figure all that stuff out. But with that being said, that's kind of where we're gonna go. I don't think I have anything else on my notes. I do. Okay, so goals. So I said before, my first for January, I want to have 2 videos shot and 1 blog post uploaded. That's my goal for January 2024. Now, like I said before, not every goal is long term. I'm a very short term goal oriented person. I want to know, because I believe activity is better than like long-term outcomes. if I do the work, good results will come. Either I'll make a bunch of money with the business, or I'll learn an amazing skill set of how not to run a business. Either way, I'm good. It's a positive either way. So as of right now, the only goal that I have that is a legit goal for the business is to put up 2 videos and 1 blog post in the month of January. That's my only goal. And then in the first like official video of the work being done in military test prep, I always say MTP, it's easier because I stutter, which I have to work on. You'll see that in videos. I stutter, I mumble. I'm working on that. As I do this, I'll be showing you in the first video like my keyword research, the different things I'm looking at, how to build a topical map. I'll show you all that stuff in the first video, which will be a little bit longer, and then kind of progress over time. But yeah, and I won't post anything on the social media until this video goes out, which will be Wednesday, whatever that is, the 10th, I think it is, or I don't even know what it is anymore. I can't. It's too late. But After the first month, I'll reassess what I am, where I'm at, and if I hit my goal of 2 videos and 1 blog post. Maybe I do 3 videos and 2 blog posts, or maybe 3 videos and 1 blog post. If I know the blog post is take me longer, I might, or whatever it is, right? I'll figure out the math behind the goal setting. But I don't currently have any data. I don't know. I know that a video takes a long time for me to edit, but maybe I can do a watered down version of a video so that I can get more videos out. Because at the end of the day, you only get traction when you have videos out. Making it look cool is important, but not as cool as getting it out. So there's that. And then once we have that kind of progress going, I should probably put you back over here now so you can see me. Once we have that initial goal set, we'll come up together. We'll come up with some ideas for as far as goals. And I'll kind of walk you through goal setting, something called OKRs, objectives and key results based on those goals, and how to shoot for a goal, and some very lofty goals, some very achievable goals. And I'll show you how all that works in a later video. But for now, only goals are 2 videos and 1 blog post for the month of January. I highly encourage you to go to ultimatecasestudy.com. It is Sunday. It should be up by Wednesday. Actually, it will be. You're not going to see this until Wednesday anyway. You can go to ultimatecasestudy.com right now. Go to that site, subscribe to the newsletter so you guys can get that to your email, showing you what's going on, so you can follow along as well. I highly, highly, highly encourage you to put comments below this video if you're on YouTube, on Facebook if you see that post on Facebook, wherever you are at, and let me know what you want to see, and then eventually what you don't want to see. I'm not saying on this video, but on future videos as you're going through it. Hey Darren, I really don't care about analytics. Can you show me this? Or hey Darren, I want to learn more about analytics. I will literally show you that, or I'll point you to a video. One thing I will say that I want to make this very clear, okay? This is a descriptive process, not a prescriptive process. What does that mean? I am just describing to you what I'm working on. This is not to say you should be doing this exact thing. This is not saying this is how you should run a business. I'm just showing you what I can do. I'm showing you that you can build a business outside of a 9-to-5 job and a part-time job and still be successful. That's my goal, right? Now, this company might make $0 and 0 cents. I highly doubt that. I think we'll be making a couple $1,000 a month by the end of 2025. I really do think that that's the goal, with the high level goal. But I want to make it very clear that, like, my part of this is 2 things. Number 1, can you make a business in your spare time, not even part-time, but in your spare time? Can you make it profitable? And then can you sell it? That's kind of like the hierarchy of things I want to do. I know the answer to those questions are yes. I want to show you and prove it to you as well. No, the question you might be asking is, Darren, I don't know shit about ASVAB. I don't know what any of that stuff means. Okay, we're gonna learn together. Okay, that's the first thing. But I want you to, don't worry about type of blog that I have with the YouTube channel. Maybe you only pick one or the other. Maybe you pick a YouTube channel. Maybe you pick just a blog. Maybe you don't do both. But the reason I picked ASVAB is, remember what I said before, I know a little bit about it. So what do you know a little bit about? What do you have a small base of knowledge in? You don't have to be an expert. You just need to have more than a base knowledge on something. If you know about SQL databases, if you know about cutting hair, if you know about whatever it is, you can make a blog post because people have questions about where you're at. If you've been doing it for a while, people have questions about where you're at. So answer those questions, right? You're going to see when we start doing keyword research and discovery, that kind of stuff, you're going to see that my main goal for the next year is just going to be answering simple questions. Questions about the topic that we're covering, so that we become an authority, so that we can eventually build a course, so that we can sell a course. That's the goal. So don't worry so much about the methodology, meaning don't worry so much about like the niche itself, right? Don't worry about ASVAB. Don't worry about a YouTube channel. Don't worry about a website. You can do one or the other, but you're gonna see that I'm constantly learning in this process. It's not about, like, the website is an arbitrary mechanism for me to learn. I'm going to learn how to write better blog posts so that I can help people. You're gonna see what videos I'm watching. I'm gonna give you links to YouTube videos that I'm watching for inspiration, motivation, how-tos, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna show you all those different things. But I don't want you to look at it as I should build a website, test prep website, which most of you know aren't thinking that. But I'm saying don't worry about what I'm doing. Learn how you can think about how you can apply it into your situation. Whatever base knowledge you have, how to raise a kid, how to have 3 kids with a single mom and 3 kids, how to manage that. That's a great vlog. That's a great vlog you could do and say, hey, here's today's what I'm doing. I don't know how to do that, but there's videos to show you how to do that. So don't worry so much about what I'm doing, meaning like the day-to-day minutia of this process. What I want you to figure out is how you can implement these things into your own life. Again, this is descriptive. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and in the hopes that you'll find what you want to do and build out as well. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to show you, like, after the first year of heavy lifting, the first year of us really grinding and getting videos and YouTube videos and blog posts out, the heavy lifting is done. We can kind of maintain it and grow it from there. You know, I'd love to have 10,000 people a month to the site. I'd love to have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's the goal, right? That's the ultimate goal. But right now, I'm not focusing on that. I'm not saying how do I get to 10,000 people. I'm saying how do I get to writing 1 more blog post and uploading 2 videos in the month of January. That's the goal. So in your life, it is how can I, first of all, maybe your goal is how do I learn how to build a website? What do I do? Well, go for $3 a month and go get a hosting account and then figure that out for a while. I think on share here, I have it here. Let me go over here so you can see. It's $298 a month billed annually, so it's $35 for the year, for the first year. And you can probably do Stellar, to be fair. Do Stellar for $23 a month. Go to that, build a website, learn how to build a website. It's very simple with WordPress, and Namecheap will help you a lot, and I can obviously help you as well. But the point of all this is that you don't have to, following along does not mean you should be doing these exact same things. You should be writing 1 blog post a week. You don't know how to do that yet. So you're going to take a month to write a first blog post. You don't even know what that means, a blog post. You don't know how to do SEO, all that stuff. We're going to show you in this series, okay? We're going to get through all that stuff together. But again, don't worry so much about the minutia of what I'm doing. Learn how you can apply it. Try to figure out how you can apply it to your life and your process of building a business. But we have a long way to go. A lot of things to get done. I hope to see you guys on the next episode. See ya.